How's it going, everybody? We're back at it again with Halo Reach, and we are going along the same trend here with asking the question, what if a Spartan just kind of missed out on the gun range day and just was stuck with a pistol throughout the whole campaign? So here, going back into it with Halo Reach, we are again stuck with the Magnum. It's the only weapon that I can use throughout the entire series here. Super excited to jump back into it here with Winter Contingency. The first part of this level is pretty simple. We're just going through some buildings here, and then we get into the thick of it with some grunts and skirmishers. Now, before we get too deep into this, let me go ahead and just kind of reiterate the rules that I've set for myself during this challenge. I can only use the Magnum or the pistol or the plasma pistol depending on the mission, because there are some missions that do not contain a Magnum. So instead of just going through the level with kind of a melee only challenge, I've decided to give myself some grace, and I can use the plasma pistol in those missions that do not contain a Magnum. So I can only use one of those two pistol variants. Melee is included. I cannot use grenades at all. Vehicles are all right as long as I'm not the one doing the shooting. I can, run over enemies, splatter them, all that good jazz. And then I cannot kill teammates for extra ammo. I can swap weapons with them if they have a Magnum, but I cannot just kill them and steal their ammo. So the first part of this mission actually went pretty smoothly. The name of the game was just kind of skirting around the majority of the enemies. And the cool part is you have pretty much most of Noble Team except June with you. So I let them focus on the Covenant for the most part. And as we continue on here, I just kind of hung out underneath some buildings, tried to avoid grenades as best as I could. In some cases, it did get a little bit harrowing because there are a couple of explosions that caught me off guard. But other than that, it was just kind of skirting through, avoiding, and making it to some additional vehicles. So as I make my way down the hill, I just waited for Carter and George to hop on in, and we were back out on the open road. Again, since I can splatter enemies, you'll see here in a bit how I was just basically mowing on through, running them down. And then as we continue forward, we just avoided a majority of the buildings, try to just cut through the Covenant as best we could to get to our Marine allies here that we had to protect just for a limited amount of time. Kind of overshot it here with our truck, and so I brought it back, hopped out, and went immediately into this back room here. And for the most part, I was giving the power weapons, or even just the more accurate weapons like the DMR, the needlers, stuff like that, to the Marines, just so that way they could defend. And then I popped back and forth on kind of this left-hand side here into the rocks, went back into the building, waited it out, let George and Carter take care of most of the enemies here. And then it was a lot of just a health balancing game, just trying to go back and forth, making sure that I kept my shields up, my health up, and poked my head out here and there to take out as many enemies as I could in the meantime. Now, the one part that did have me concerned here was the elite with the needle rifle, and so here I took a few more shots than I was wanting to take, trying to run back to the house. So this is again where I had to pick up some extra health here and there. And saving up the majority of my ammo for these sections seemed to be the name of the game. I also failed to mention that this is on Legendary, so just like I did with Halo 3 ODST, I thought the additional challenge would be just a good mixture, kind of changing it up. I might go back to Halo 2 as well if you guys would like to see that, and do the pistol challenge again on Legendary instead of Heroic, but just wanted to kind of gauge this, see how it went. And so far, so good. As far as I'm aware, and I'll probably correct myself here in a second if I get it wrong, I don't think I died at all during this run through, which is nuts because most of the time I am absolutely floundering on Legendary, even with power weapons, even with DMRs, more accurate weapons. So it's crazy when you just kind of sit back and are patient, let your allies take care of some enemies, what happens. Here again, I just meleeed, try to conserve my ammo as best I could. And I thought George was absolutely going to annihilate me here as I was just trying to take out some of the enemies. Thought I might get some friendly fire, but I was able to hop into the back room here, get some additional health, and just kind of waited it out. Mostly I was just watching George and Carter take care of most of these enemies. Try to pop out, take care of the grunts and the light enemies, but you actually cannot, it would take a while. You can get away with not shooting any enemies here yourself, but it makes for a lot longer experience as you really are just relying solely on George and Carter to take out all of the Covenant while you wait out here in the back room. So I decided to play a little bit more on the offensive, help them out a little bit. And since we get more ammo in this next section, thought that would be a little bit better. Now here, I had to make sure I had Goblin mode turned on to head into some of these darker rooms, and then we were progressing forward again. Here we have a nice little cutscene where we just get to take care of our injured Marines a little bit, and he gets kidnapped by some other elite zealots, and we're back into the thick of it. So as I just kind of waited back again, waited for George to come forward, take out a majority of the enemies, I got to just kind of watch as George became a plasma pincushion and just got absolutely destroyed by plasma bolt shots. And then it was just trying to let George take the lead, you know, with the chain gun. It makes things a lot easier. I hung back, tried to just kind of pop out, punch some grunts and jackals here or there, and then found little cubbies and hidey holes where I would almost get shot in the back, but got out of it by the skin of my teeth. Just waited until George would push up a little bit more. So as we were heading into the final section here in just a moment, actually didn't realize I had absolutely 0 health sitting in that cubby for a little bit. But then we were heading into just kind of the main spot. Now, one of my strategies I thought was, you know, do I take the drop shield and that way I can gain back health? But I thought, you know what, if I can just move through the section quickly enough, I can go ahead and just kind of sprint around. And that's luckily what we had going for us. I was able to just kind of skirt around, punch a lot of the grunts and melee and assassinate a lot of the elites, or all the elites. I just kind of bided my time. And then we were heading into the final cutscene. This was, again, a ton of fun. I'm super excited to see what the rest of the missions hold. I know there will be some more difficult ones as we kind of get away from the Magnum and are stuck mostly with the plasma pistol. But let me know what you guys think. I am enjoying doing these pistol-only challenges. Just adds a different element to the Halo series that I'm used to. Halo Reach, again, one of my absolute favorite Halo games. I think if you never played Halo, Halo Reach was like the one that you did sink your teeth into. So as we continue forward here, as I continue with this challenge, let me know if you guys enjoy it. Leave a comment down below letting me know if there are any other challenges you'd like me to do. I'm kind of gearing up for perhaps a lasso challenge. I just wanted to kind of see how this went, how well it was received. But you know, lasso challenges are absolutely painstaking, especially for someone like me who has never trained for one, has never done anything like that. So let me know if there are any other challenges that jump to mind, and I'll see you all in the next one.